Hello.
Hi. This is so fun.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning
Yeah.
from. So I'm Bethany with CutterPillar, and you can see I'm joined. Which way am I pointing? This way. I'm joined by
Perfect.
Lindsay.
It's like the weather forecasting.
No.
Like which way? Lindsay, I'm Lindsay from CutterPillar. Hi, everybody. Happy
So
New Year.
I
10
know
days into the new year.
this is our first live of the new year, I believe. That's exciting.
Awesome.
I didn't even think about that. I feel like I'm like halfway through January and it's just the first full week.
I know.
Telling
So,
someone the other day that I feel like January alone feels like a year in and of itself. It takes forever to get to
totally.
January, and then the rest of the year kind of flies by. But January,
Yes.
it
Oh my
takes
gosh. I know. It's
all
like January
the way
59th.
till 10. Oh my gosh. Okay, Debbie says hello.
Welcome, everybody. Yeah.
Let us,
Who do we have? Where are you guys coming, tuning in from?
yes, we'd love to see. Let's see here. We have so many people. Oh, Cindy is tuning in from Eastern Tennessee, and she said it's just starting to snow. Cindy, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee,
Awesome.
and it has been snowing since about 7:30 this morning, and it is absolutely
Fun.
beautiful. And
Oh,
it's somewhere between 4 to 8 inches of snow. I'd say we've already got at least 3. So and it's supposed to snow
thanks.
today. And for Tennessee and for Nashville, that's a lot. We don't know
Yeah,
what to
that
do.
is a lot.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah, no,
We
we don't
have
have
people
any
from
snow here yet.
Tuesday. Awesome. Okay. Well, we just
Awesome. We've got
everyone a minute to jump on. Good morning from sunny, windy Southern California. I hope everyone in California is staying safe.
yes.
Watching all of
Boy,
that on the news, and it's absolutely devastating. I have friends there, and
so
it's so hard
sad.
to watch. I know we all probably know someone from that area or there or have family there. So please continue to keep them in your thoughts and prayers because it's so
Yeah.
scary.
Stay
Uh,
safe. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
not how they probably wanted to start this new year, and I'm so sad that they're going through that. So,
So sad.
but we're glad that you're here with us today, and we can always see all of that stuff, but we want to have a fun, happy place to kind of and think about something a little different for a little while. And
Ooh, earthquake.
oh my goodness,
Someone
what?
said there was an earthquake in California. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
What?
well, this is
Guys, this is insane. Stay
California,
safe.
Oklahoma.
We're praying for you. Goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
that's so awful. Well,
This is awesome. We have people from all over the country, Wyoming and Iowa. Did I see Iowa?
I know.
Lehigh, Utah.
So I
Welcome.
to just start off by saying, we did a registration for a giveaway that we are going to announce during this live. So if you were registered for that, that's awesome. We're going to be picking a name today. Part of that registration was to share with us one of your crafty sewing quilting goals. And I say that because you may be doing different types of crafting and sewing and quilting than other people. But really the point of this, and this is something that I'm really passionate about, and I've been doing this for years. So when I joined CutterPillar, I was like, we really need to talk about this with all of you. Because I feel like we set goals for our jobs, for the year. We set goals for money, like, oh, I need to save up for a new car. I want to go on that trip, or I'm college funds like I'm dealing with, I know. But we set goals in other places of our lives. Why would we not set goals for our hobbies, our crafts, the things that bring us joy that we really enjoy doing? And part of the reason for doing this is just to make sure that we're continuing to make it a priority that we spend time doing the things we love, like sewing or quilting or crafting, but also that we continue to grow our skills so that we continue to learn. And that's what helps elevate our craft even more and challenge ourselves a little bit. Sometimes that can be a little scary, but this is a great way to do that. And one of the things I want to do today is really kind of help you break down the best way to set those goals. And I have an example here of a goal of mine. I know Lindsay does too. And we're going to kind of break those down so that it doesn't seem so overwhelming. It seems more attainable. And that way we're setting ourselves up for success. And so by the end of this, we'll all have a few goals that we've jotted down, but at the very end, we'll do our giveaway. And so stay tuned for that. But you tuning in today. And let's kind of jump in. And I think what we'll probably start with doing, Lindsay, if you're okay with this,
Yeah.
glad you joined me for this, because I was like, this is so
No,
much fun to do with like what I would call like an accountability buddy, a partner.
totally. I'm so grateful that you joined CutterPillar because I need somebody to keep me in check. Help me set goals. This is so good for me. I'm so glad you asked me to join because
Well, I started doing this like 2 years ago, and it really made a big difference. And then I started really sharing more about my goal setting last year. And it was like, people were just like, this is great. Now I want to set goals. And then throughout the
Yep.
year, they were like checking in with me. And I love that. And then by the end of the year, I did like a goal review of like, how did I do? Like, it's not set in stone. Like, life happens. And life in 2024 definitely threw me some curveballs that changed the trajectory of some of my goals. Some didn't happen at all, and some I exceeded. And you just kind of have to go with the flow, and you can always change them as things come about. But I did a little review, and it was really good for people to remember them, to like go back and look at where they were at with theirs as well. And then I was getting feedback from them going, look, I did this. I never thought I would. And because I made it a priority and made it visible for me to look at every day, it really made a big difference. And I did those things that felt so hard before, and they really weren't. I just was intimidated by it. And sometimes we just get out of our own way. Isn't that the truth? And stop listening to those little voices in our head that are negative and go, this is supposed to be fun. And so I'll tell you an example. From one of my goals last year. One of my goals was to make a swimsuit. I sew garments. I love sewing garments, and I had only attempted to make a swimsuit once before, and it was a total flop. It didn't fit well. And I literally made it the night before I went on a beach trip. So it was not great, but I just like whipped it, and I didn't have the right.
That's amazing.
But that was like a couple years ago. So last year I said, I'm going to make a swimsuit, and I'm going to take my time. I'm going to not be intimidated. That material is very hard to sew with. And then there's elastic involved, and there's all these others. You got to stretch it. And it's,
that sounds
and
so
I
intimidating.
One that actually fit me. And my goal was to do it in the first quarter because I was going on a beach trip in April last year. And so I told my friend, who was also going on the beach trip, it was my sewing friends that I went with, and we decided to make the same swimsuit and hold each other accountable. And we kind of like, she lives in another part of the country, but we were meeting up at the beach. So we ended up showing up at the beach, both wearing the same swimsuit pattern, but in different fabrics. And we matched, and we both looked fabulous in the swimsuit because we conquered that fear. And so having that ability is so important. But now I'm like, oh, well, I really wasn't so bad when I set myself up with the right tools, maybe do a little more research, maybe read the pattern a little closer, those kind of things.
Yes.
And now it's my favorite swimsuit I've ever worn, and I love it. And that was one of those things that it's like, I've been sewing for over 30 years. You think, oh, it's no big deal. But there's still things that intimidate me that I push myself to do.
Do you ever do a vision board, or do any of you do vision boards for projects like this? I mean, I do vision boards for like all kinds of things, like long term, but yearly crafting vision boards. I should have brought mine. I mean, I'm working on one. I thought about it, but I didn't bring it, and I should have.
Yeah.
Does anyone do vision boards for that kind of stuff? I'd love to hear or see. And
I haven't done like a vision board, but I have a whiteboard in my sewing room right next to my computer, and it's on the wall, and I write my goals there, and then I write my word of the year there, which we'll talk about later. So I put it all there, and it doesn't go away, and I never like remove it or anything. Like, I can always see it, and it stays there. So it's just a constant reminder of what I'm working towards. Jana says she's never heard of.
I see that, a vision board. Never heard of it.
Okay, so maybe we'll do another video on them. Or Ginny says she never heard of vision boards. So basically, you could take a notebook. You could do something small like this. You could do a
poster board. I usually poster board or cork board or something.
As you want to do, but it's basically you can print off pictures, you can cut them out of magazines, you can whatever, you can write on it,
write words, and
but it's things that you're trying to make a focus for your year. So maybe your goal for the year is to save up for that beach trip. So maybe you put a picture of the beach, or a cruise,
Yes.
you put a picture of a cruise boat.
Yes.
Maybe you're wanting to exercise more and you put some workout. And so having those visual images is kind of the same thing as writing out your
or
goals.
aspirations.
Yes, yes. So maybe you want to read more books this year and you put a picture of that on there. Maybe you want to, I don't know, do whatever. It could be anything. Maybe you want to
Totally. Just something to remind you, you know.
So, yeah, it's just a visual aid. And it's vision boards are fun because it's kind of like a quick craft project. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And it's also like an inspo board. So it inspires you every time. It makes you feel good every time you look at it. Some people like to do that and incorporate their goals in that kind of form. Some people just like to write out their goals. I put them on my whiteboard, but they're all in different color. Like
I love that. I know.
So
you're so fun and organized, Bethany. Yeah, we'll have to do another one and show off our vision boards.
We really should. But yeah, so vision boards can be really, really great. So can just a dry erase board. But yeah, you can probably search on Pinterest for some vision board ideas, or
you can even create one on your refrigerator because we're in the kitchen all the time, you know.
You can even create one digitally. So you don't even have to because nowadays you can use different programs to create them digitally. So anyways, it's just a fun visual aid. When I was in fashion design school, we did vision boards for all of our fashion lines that we would create, and they had to have a cohesive theme, and we would have all the fabric swatches and all of that kind of stuff. So I've done them before for different things, so they can be helpful in a lot of different areas. But let's talk about setting some goals, and I'm going to share with you one of mine.
We want to hear yours too, you guys. So
yes,
be thinking. We want to hear what you guys have cooking up in the new year.
Yeah,
it'll inspire us.
I would love it if you guys could maybe pull out a pen and paper or your phone and take some notes. But
got mine.
Try to get 3 to 5 goals that are focused around your sewing, your quilting, your crafting, whatever hobby it is that you have. And during that submission for the registration, we had some people jot some down and send them to us. So I will read some of those out later, but give you some ideas and inspiration. But they don't all have to be big. Okay. So the one I'm going to share with you is going to be a big one, because you'll probably have at least one bigger goal that needs to kind of be planned out a little bit better. And that's why I'm going to use that as an example to help you break it down and show some techniques to help set proper goals that can be successful. Because I think someone said in here, the problem isn't writing them down, it's sticking with them. And so that's the challenge. Get that, but I'm going to help you find some ways to make it easier. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. I know, sticking with it. I don't know about any of you, but I will write the longest list of all these things I want to accomplish and self-help. And then I don't get any of them done. It's just too overwhelming. So I think it's smart to just, hone it in and focus on,
Well, and I always try to say, make one about your space, make one about growing a new skill, make one about finishing something you started, right? And so we're going to talk about some of these examples, so it might help you think of something, but I'm going to show you one of mine. This is a big goal for me this year, and I'm telling it to you all so you can hold me accountable.
I know. That's awesome.
This goes both ways, y'all. So we're going to talk about this throughout the year, and you're going to have to come check in with us and let us know how you're doing, and I'm going to be accountable too. Okay. So I'm going to show you this big old bag right here.
What is this?
This is a quilt kit that I got last April at that girls' beach trip. Of course, we had to go fabric shopping, and we found a cute or St. Pete, and I picked this up, and it came with all the fabric, which I love, because then there's no delaying me to make this. I already have all the fabric, and this pattern is big, and I had just gotten into foundation paper piecing 5 months before this, so this was a big thing for me to go, hey, I'm going to make this giant quilt.
What is it? I can't even see what it is.
Look at this little beetle.
Oh, that is so cute.
Now, just know
that. Wow, that looks hard.
All done with foundation paper piecing, and the finished 40 by 55. Okay,
40 by 55.
40 by 55. And it's all of these like little bitty pieces that I have.
Whoa.
It's a lot.
You guys better hold her accountable for this.
It's so beautiful. I really want to finish it. I will say I probably haven't worked on it in like 9 months. Okay. 8 months. Because it gets overwhelming. I've done a few of the pieces.
Wow.
I've done a few. But not a lot.
Your pieces I bet your light boards made that a million times easier.
Absolutely. Well, yes, for sure. So like I've got all these little pieces and everything's color coded with the fabric. So it just takes a little longer to figure it all out. But there's all the fabric, right?
Wow.
That
will be beautiful. Someone said that will be a beautiful quilt. It will be.
There's so many pages. So this is a big quilt and there's some really intricate pieces. Anyways, it's a little intimidating. And by a little, I mean a lot. Okay. But I bought it because it spoke to me, because I loved it. And so my goal is to finish this by the end of this year. Okay. So that's the goal I wrote down. Finish my beetle. It's called the Beetle by Wonder Garden. I don't know if they still make it. You can probably get the pattern, but I don't know about the fabrics. But anyways,
I love that. It's so cool too, because you picked it up on a trip that has so many memories, and it's like all very it'll be super nostalgic.
I know if I ever finish it, and that's the goal this year, is to finish this quilt this year. And when I say finish, I mean the whole I want it quilted and I want it bound. Like I want it done and I can use it. Okay. It is a stunning quilt and I'm looking forward to seeing it finished too. So thank you for cheering me on.
Is anyone else, I'm just curious, is anyone else, do people do that? Is that a common thing to pick up like a quilt pattern in wherever you're, vacationing or your destination? I would love to know if that's just like a common thing for people to do.
Yeah, we definitely, when I'm going on a road trip or I'm flying somewhere, I'm always searching for like local shops that I can go stop at and support and connect with. I love doing that. I think they all have very different like things to share, and I learn something new or see something new or whatever. And so this was it for me at this place. I did get some other things, but this was one of them. And it's a lot intimidating, but I know I can do it. It's just doing it one at a time, like break it. So this is where you take this big goal, okay, and you say this is what I want to finish by the end of this year. Well, if I say that and I leave it at that, knowing myself and my ability to procrastinate and lie to myself saying, oh, I still have plenty of time. It'll come November and I will have not been any further along on this than I am today. We all do it. Yeah. I will be the first to admit it. So this is how we overcome that part of the challenge of holding on to our goals. So what I'm going to do is say my top goal is I want to finish this quilt. This is my big goal. I am going to break that down by
write down these notes right now for myself. Okay.
And say, okay, every month I'm going to complete 3 of these foundation paper piecing pages.
Okay.
I need to count how many pages there are here, and divide that evenly each month. So if it's 3 of these pages,
do you literally divide them out? Like this is February, this is March.
Yes.
This is like,
yes.
Break it down. So, okay.
So that way I'm equally doing the same amount of work every single month.
Yes.
And prioritizing that. So maybe I just need to do 3 or 4 of these pages. 3 or 4 in a month is not bad. That's not bad. Looking at all, however many there are here, a lot, right? So I need to count them and then divide how many pages there are evenly amongst the months. And if I know, like in the month of March, I'm traveling a lot, maybe I do less that month and add a couple, like an extra page to the other months, and you can set yourself up for success. Okay. But that way I go, this month, I have to get these 3 pages done. And that's 3 more blocks that I will have done for this quilt. And then by November, if all of my blocks are done, I can quilt it and bind it before the end of the year.
That's awesome.
You really need to break it down and set smaller goals that aren't so overwhelming. Because just looking at this one thing by itself, there's a reason it's been sitting there for 9
Yeah, that's intimidating. But it's way less intimidating when you break it down and make it easy. And
right. It's not that it's hard, because I can do it. Obviously, I've already done several of the smaller blocks, but it's more of, it's overwhelming when you look at it as a big picture, right? Yeah. So that's part of it for me. So that's my big goal this year. And you guys are all going to hold me accountable to that.
Looks like a lot of other people pick up quilts and patterns, or not quilts, but patterns. Hawaii. Oh, that's so awesome. I need to do that. I'll pick up some souvenir, but I'm going to start doing the pattern, like quilting, or like something that's unique to that area or culture or something. I love that.
Mm-hmm. I know. Awesome. I really love, I feel like each shop has its own kind of like vibe, and
they do.
And it's really fun to see what all they carry. And sometimes you'll find things that you haven't seen in a while. So, Lindsay, do you want to share one of your big goals for the year? And then we can talk about how to break it down into smaller goals to help you get to that big goal.
So I'm afraid to announce this publicly because it's such a lofty goal.
So you can do this.
Well, I have a lot of little goals that I can talk about, but one I'm kind of borrowing because my cute sister-in-law wanted to do this, and I was like, well, we should do it together. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like 8 quilts. But we both have 4 kids each, and she was at a friend's house during the holidays, and she's like, every one of her kids has a special, unique Christmas quilt that they get to put on their bed during Christmas. And I am a Christmas freak. So, and she was showing me all these pictures. She took pictures of her friend's house, and she was like, look at this. Like, can we do this? And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Maybe one a year. I don't know. But so I'm kind of borrowing that from her, but I think we're going to work together. And
accountability is key.
Accountability is key. Find somebody out there that is a neighbor or friend or in your quilt guild or something to help you stay accountable, because that is huge for me. When somebody's checking in on me, it's like, that's why I'm like, if I can do this with my sister-in-law and we can like, hey, how far are you getting? Can we get together and do it? So
having quality time together too, that you probably wouldn't have spent together otherwise, you know?
Oh, so I know. Exactly. I'm like, oh, we actually made Christmas pillows for all the grandkids in the family. Our sweet mother-in-law passed away a couple years ago, and we know that she would have done that. She was such an inspiration in this world. And so we decided to make Christmas pillowcases for all the so that was so fun. But yes, we're always scheming and trying to find ways to get together and hang out. So if we can work on a project and everyone could benefit in the end. So that is,
your kids are old enough that they could get involved. Like they could help some of the cleaning. They could help some of like the picking the fabrics that they want in their quilt.
True. And, I just wanted to control the whole thing, but I should involve them.
They're interested because they will love it and cherish it more because they got to be a part of the process. And I share that because when my mom made all of my clothes growing up, I wasn't to sew yet, but I was a part of like picking out the pattern, picking out the fabric. So when I wore it, it felt like it was something that I wanted.
Yes.
And like I love, not just because she made it for me, but because I was a part of the process. And so it might be a fun way, even with the littles, to like, hey, let's go pick out your fabrics for your quilt, you know? And then they're going to be accountable too.
Yes, that's true. Okay. Thank you. I didn't even, selfishly, I'm like, I want it to look this way, but it's going to be for them. So I should probably involve them. So thanks for bringing that to my attention.
It doesn't all have to be on your shoulders. Get them
That's true.
And it'll be fun.
That's true. That's true.
And it doesn't have to be like super over the top or anything. Like if they like something a little more simple, then make a simple like
that's true.
You know,
that's true.
Have fun with it. And then they're going to be really proud of it and excited to have it on their bed at Christmas and look forward to that every year.
Yeah. I hope so. I think so. Does anyone else make their kids like special holiday quilts or grandkids quilts? I'm sure. You guys are amazing out there. You guys are inspiring. I get on social media, and I'm just like blown away and intimidated by you because you guys are so talented out there and creative. And
but all you have to do
really
is fun. I mean, anybody can do it. You just have to start. You just have to have a desire.
So, you're right. You're right. Thanks for
So share. So big goal is 4 quilts by December.
That is something that yes, like I said, I'm scared to say that out loud, but yes, I haven't even finished this one. This is another one of my goals is I made this and I've been hand stitching, hand quilting every white square, little X in every one, and hand binding. And I'm so like, I usually take it to the machine quilter, which is awesome too. There's nothing wrong with that. But I was like, I want to make a quilt all by myself from beginning to end. I'll show you. I'll show it off. A little show and tell. I love gingham. Can't get enough of gingham. But
it's so pretty.
I think it's so cute. I just like loved it. I fell in love with all these fabrics.
I know. And I love your
you guys see the hand stitch? Do not look very closely. I'm telling you what, do you know what helped me the most is that little flex light. I just held that little flex light up and I could see right where I was hand stitching. That was a game changer. That was a game changer. Anyway, so I've got to finish. I'm not far. I'm really close. I just need to finish the binding here. And I want to do one of those cute, like thick, what is it? Pearl 9. You know what I'm talking about? Like the thick stitching.
Girl, I do not hand sew.
You guys know. What am I trying to say? Such a pretty quilt. Thank you. Someone complimented. I don't know. Thank you.
Beautiful or fabulous job. And I agree. I agree. Well, I don't hand sew. I don't hand quilt. I love it, but I just don't have the patience. I don't have.
I didn't either, but you could do it, Bethany. If you're gonna hold me accountable, I'm gonna hold. Maybe you should make that a goal. You better hand stitch something.
You know what? I will machine stitch my own quilt. And I will make them I have a stitch on my machine that mimics hand stitching.
I know.
I can give it the look, but I might, for me, and this is just how I'm wired, I love to get to the result as quickly as possible. That is, I make so many things throughout the year. And that is, and in order for me to keep doing and doing and doing, otherwise I get bored. And I am not physically capable of sitting.
Stop it. You're limiting yourself, Bethany.
No, I'm just saying, like, I can't even sit still long enough to get through a movie. So I'm wired.
Well, I know. It was a fun challenge. I will say my fingers, even though I bought like 1 million different thimbles to try and stitch, it was painful. Like my hands were like hurting. I don't know how you ladies do it. I'm so impressed. If you have any tips, honestly, please put them in the chat if you have any good thimbles. I don't know. I didn't buy leather ones. But if I don't know. I bought so many. Don't tell my husband I spent so much on thimbles. Oh my gosh. You know what? It's an heirloom. It's an heirloom. And just all these.
So what we're going to do with your quilts or your Christmas quilts is we're going to plan them out, right? So I would say by the end of this month, because we're still at the beginning of January. Remember, January lasts a year by itself. So you guys but
that's true.
Plan out your 4 quilts and pick the patterns and start planning out the fabrics. And that way you can go, okay, this is a more simple one. Maybe I start with that one and I give myself 3 months or 2 months to finish the top of that one. Right. And so kind of break it down.
Sure.
But you need to plan it your quilts first.
I know. I need to plan it. I want to ask Debbie, because she said that I made each of my grandkids a quilt this year and was able to give them at Christmas. It was a great feeling. That's amazing. Can I ask how many grandkids you have? How many did you make? And how did you do that? Like,
how did you get it all done?
How did that happen? Were they all the same or were they all like different? I'd love to know. If you're still on here and you can answer, I would love to.
She said 7 grandsons. Oh, start in January.
Whoa. Yeah. When did you start? Oh my goodness. You guys inspire me / intimidate me. Just kidding. But I am just so
I
impressed.
make,
It's just so
I
fun.
make a blanket every year for my son. So that's what
It's amazing.
I do, but I don't do a full-on quilt. But this year he wanted a fleece blanket with a crocheted border, so I crocheted a border around the fleece.
Cute.
And so yeah, and then I made myself a fleece blanket with satin trim border. I mean, it's such a quick and easy project.
How can you crochet and not hand stitch? I'm just asking.
Crochet is like I made a whole crocheted sweater. I feel like crocheting something like that, I'm holding something. It's the little needles that hurt my hands.
I know. Fingers, I'm telling you, they're still numb and like ripped up.
Yeah. I've when I'm crocheting, like I just need a ball of yarn and my needle, like my hook, right? Like I don't need a lot to take with me. So those are the projects that I'll take like on a plane, when I travel, when I go to a hotel, and I can kind of do them wherever. That's kind of what I'll do. So she said, I have, Debbie said, not me. I have 2 grandsons. Oh, so this Debbie, different Debbie, has 2 grandsons, and she made them both different. So yes, there's another Debbie that said she had 7 grandsons.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Debbie with a Y.
I do see that. Okay.
Sorry, Debbie.
You Debbies are talented out there. Oh my goodness. No.
Yeah.
It's so fun to hear your feedback. I love that we can interact through this. Yeah. This is great.
Well, okay. So you have a big project, and we're going to work together to kind of break it down once you plan out your quilts.
Guess what? I still have like 5 other projects.
Okay.
That I want to do.
I know.
Well, I just want to get better at. Like I want to so I have those big ones, but then I have some smaller ones, like really figure out how to sew zippers really well. Like I don't know how to do that very well. I have a hard time with that. I've watched a million tutorials and I still feel stuck. So I don't know. Maybe you're going to have to teach me.
I will.
Private. I would love that. I would love that.
We'll sit down and we'll do a little zipper class, a zipper lesson. I love zippers.
All right. Well, I love to make little dresses. I've just started teaching myself how to make my little girl some dresses. Because I feel like there's just so many tacky little clothing out there. Does anyone else feel that and like want traditional, cute, classic clothing for their kids or their grandkids? Yes. Many of you out sew clothing for. I would love to know that too. But and to put that zipper in like a little dress or something is.
Yeah.
I'm kind of stuck. I don't know. And I'm very picky, and I'm really want it to look professional as possible. So.
It just takes practice.
Yeah.
And honestly, just like getting different types of zippers and then playing around with it and making sure you're using the right foot and those kind of things really makes a big difference.
That's true. That's true.
So when you get you want to learn a new technique, whether it's zippers or sewing garments in general, or learning to sew with knit fabrics, there's so many things out there that you can watch and learn from. So to take that intimidation away, you have to, what do I need to do to remove that? I need to learn about it. So I need to maybe,
you're right.
Every week I need to spend 30 minutes or an hour watching some tutorials on YouTube University over here, right? And me. And then maybe if I really want to make this dress and, I need to reach out to a sewing friend that knows how to do that, or take a class in my community that's going to help me build those skills so I can actually reach that goal. So a lot of times what's holding us back is what we don't know. And we just need to figure out how to learn what we need to know to get to that goal. So it's not so scary.
And I think it's good to, and maybe you already said this, but just ask. Like I get so scared and intimidated to ask, but I just have to get over that, and that's how you learn, just, how do I do this?
Every single day asking me so many different types of sewing questions, machine questions. It doesn't matter. And I help them. And if I don't know the answer, I will find a video that I would recommend that I feel like teaches it like I would. And I share, I want everyone to be able to find the confidence that they can sew and quilt and craft and bag make and garment make and whatever. So I think that's a great one. And you and I can work on that one together because I love sewing.
I'm going to hold you to it.
That's what I love to do. So one of my goals, a smaller goal for me, and this is like what I would call a comfort goal. And that's because it's something that I already love to do. I don't really need to learn anything new in regards to goal. So it's a comfort goal. It just makes me feel good. And the reason I made this a goal is because it's something that I kind of stopped doing as much of the second half of last year, even though I really loved doing it, because I got distracted with other things and work, and I wasn't making it a priority. And I really wanted to make sure I'm making it a priority this year. And for me, that's sewing one garment for myself every single month. So this shirt that I'm wearing today is a shirt that I've made last year. I'm going to turn around. It's so
cute. Stand up. Give us, oh, how cute. That little cutout in the back. I think you should go put on your swimming suit. Who else wants to see Bethany, cute little hot Bethany in her swimming suit? I'm serious. Okay, I won't make you do that. It's snowing. Come on, get out of your comfort zone. Put that some. No, I'm just kidding.
My goal is to sew one new garment for myself every month. That could be a like this. It could be a set of pajamas. It could be a whole coat, which is what I'm going to sew up this weekend, is a coat that I want to make. But I really, really, really love sewing my own clothes. And I've been doing that for a long time. And this past year, I've picked up foundation paper piecing. I've done more quilting. I've done more craft projects. I'm planning retreats and starting new jobs. And it's just been a lot of distracting things, which are wonderful. And I've enjoyed all of it. But I really am finding myself going, man, I really miss sewing my own clothes and having something fun that I get to wear and say, yep, I made that. I really love that. And so for me, that is one of my goals this year. It's a comfort.
Look at this goal, this late Inca. We've got 3 goals so far. Baby quilt, for new grandson. How cute. Jelly roll quilt to practice straight sewing, and hanging travel bags for each daughter. That's awesome. Good for you. That is so great. Okay.
Thank you for sharing your goals.
Debbie back. Let's see. Can you see what Debbie? Oh, let's see.
Debbie said, my goal is to make more quilts for kids. I've been working on an animal applique. My big goal is to get better light box. Mine is small. I've got a CutterPillar on my wish list. I love that, Debbie. I love it. And you know what?
It will change. It will change the way everything turns out. Like it's just. It's incredible.
It's going to make me doing this quilt so much easier. Our light boards for sure.
Oh, okay. Lee, okay, what did you say? I'm interested in heirloom sewing. Oh my gosh. That's what I'm talking about. Heirloom sewing, yes. And my goal is to share what I've learned on YouTube based on a book that covers heirloom techniques. Oh my goodness. I would love that. Okay, I just have this awesome idea. I think we should have a show and tell.
We should.
We should do another live soon and just like check in on people and have people submit pictures and videos or something and like show and tell. Either we could do it. No, we'll have to do that at least at the end of the year or something.
Well, I was going to say either once a quarter or at least do one halfway through the year, and then again at the end of the year. We'll figure it out.
Okay, let's do that.
Then we're holding each other accountable. So I love the jelly roll idea for straight sewing practice. I will put it on my list of goals. See, we're inspiring each other.
Yes, we are. I love this.
I love that. Great. So Inka, over on my YouTube channel, Craft with Bethany is my YouTube. I have a whole tutorial on sewing up a jelly roll into a strip quilt, and it's called a jelly roll race quilt, and you sew all the strips together and then you sew it into a quilt, and then you can use that for practicing your straight stitching. You can use it for practicing your quilting. You can do different types of free motion quilting on each strip when you go to quilt it to practice different types. So maybe go check out that video if you need some inspiration or where to get started, because I love sewing with jelly rolls. I think they're so much fun. And so I just wanted to share that with you if you needed some help.
Listen to this Becky Thomas one. I love this. My goal is to finish a quilt for my son's 30th birthday. He's now 45. Time to get it done. I love you. I love that you're vulnerable and you're like, guess what? I haven't done it, but I'm still going to do it.
We listen and we don't judge. And we encourage you. It's never too late to finish it. And I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. My goal is not just start projects, but actually finish them. Nanette, true. I have so many quilt tops.
Awesome.
So that was one of my other goals. I love that you brought it up. So one of my other goals is to start making, like finishing my FPP block. So I made these 2 little FPP blocks.
Cute.
And I put them together because I was going to make them pockets on an apron, and I cut out the apron, and I never sewed up the apron, and I never attached these adorable blocks that I took.
Those are so cute. Oh my gosh.
Finish this. This is
so that's one of your things.
That's one of my goals. And this would literally take me an hour to finish this project. Why have I put it off since last spring?
Look at this. How do you say your name? Lisa?
My goal is to finish my grandma's unfinished quilts that I inherited after she passed. That is
precious. I love that. And I'm sorry that I didn't say your name right. It's a beautiful name.
Yeah.
Becky, my son, is a firefighter in California. I finished his quilt last year after 7 or 8 years. Awesome. I love it. I love that. Yeah. I love that people are just sharing all of these wins. They're awesome. My goal is to make a memory quilt for my mom-in-law. That is awesome. Oh, she's going to love that.
Yes. Yes. There's so many great ideas. I hope you guys are reading all of these comments. I have lots of projects to finish. My goal is to finish my first quilt project that I started in 2020.
Awesome. Do it.
I have so many unfinished projects.
I know.
And a lot of them truly are like, I just need to do the last few steps.
Well, I don't know about you guys, and hopefully you guys can relate, but actually one of my goals is like open, because I want to do something that I will come across, because that's my thing, is I will be like working on something, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to do that. I have to buy this fabric because I've got to make something else, or some new trendy thing happens, or some cute new pattern that comes out. So I'm saving a little space for an unknown project.
I love that.
But I get distracted.
Giving yourself grace. It's gonna happen. This is how I end up with so many squirrel moments, as I call them, because something distracts me, and
I know. Squirrel. I love it. That's so true.
It's true. It's like the pretty fabric, the new pattern just came out, and it's like I can't unsee it. I don't want to unsee it, but I can't stop myself from like buying the pattern or.
I know it's an addiction. It's an addiction.
It's a whole nother hobby.
Teresa says I have a legit. I need to wear glasses, you guys. I'm so sorry. Pattern that I have on my to-do list. I need a glass mat for my round and light box. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So great. CutterPillar light boxes are great. They are great. They
are.
Change the way you quilt. They're a huge game changer. I'm glad that you guys are loving them, because we love them too. That's why we're here.
I know. The other thing I want to talk about, because we've kind of talked about goals, and I feel like we've talked about the key thing with goals is whether it's a big goal or a little goal, it needs to have a number assigned to it. So for me, I want to make one new garment pattern every month. So in total, I'll have 12 new garments by the end of this year. So one garment every month. I can't just be like, I'm going to sew garments. Okay. Well,
that's how I work.
It needs to be more defined. So if you say, for me, I want to create another one of the things I want to do is I want to make a FPP block every single month. These don't take me long. I take them to my sewing club that meets up once a month. That's my dedicated time to do foundation paper piecing. And I can sit there and finish an entire block and finish it. So there's no reason why I can't do that every month, because I go to sewing club every one Saturday a month. So again, I'm putting a number to it. I want to finish this entire beetle quilt that we were talking about earlier. I want to finish the entire beetle quilt. That's my big goal for this year. One quilt this year. This quilt.
Okay.
But I'm going to break it down into how many of these FPP pages I need to do each month to get to that goal. So then again, I'm breaking it down 3 pages, 4 pages, whatever it is, I'm breaking it down. Having a number assigned to your goal, or a date, or a specific time. So maybe I say, I want to spend 2 hours working on this every single month. Will that get me to my goal? 3 hours. Will that get me to my goal? That whatever it needs to be, you need to put a number to it. So that's the key here.
I never thought about that. That's great. I'm just writing all these things down. This is amazing.
I love goal setting. I've studied it. And I feel like if you really set yourself up with a number, whether it's a
Okay.
date, a time, or a quantity,
Okay. Yes,
you're
deadlines.
holding
Okay.
better. Yes. And that's where it's going to go from a challenge to keep up with your goals to an actual doing your goals.
Okay. Okay.
Working towards it. And then, it's always fun when you break it down into smaller steps, because then you get to check them off like a to-do list. And
I love checking things off.
It feels all right, so let's switch gears for a second. We've talked about goals. I hope you guys feel like you've written at least 2 or 3 goals down. I know you've shared some of them with us. Write them down, put a number to them, date, time, or quantity, and really get specific, okay? If you need to break it down into monthly little tasks to get to that big goal, do it. And share it with us here. But what I want to do next is talk about word of the year. So this is something I do, and I decide what my word of the year is going to be after I've written my goals out.
Okay.
I do that because my goals are probably going to inspire what my word of the year needs to be. So with that being said, I want us to all kind of just think of what, like, after we've thought about our goals and some of the things we want to do, and this can be a word of the year that's not just associated with these sewing or crafting goals, but like your whole year in general, like whatever you're going to be working towards this year in every aspect of your life. Just think about it all in a whole. This is a fresh start. Instead of having a resolution, I like to set intention. So for me, what I tell people is when I say, like, what's your word of the year, and you start to think about it, usually the first word or two that come to mind is your gut instinct, and that's usually what it needs to be. So don't feel like you have to think really hard about this. There's no logic or science behind creating that word of the year, but if you think it, and it kind of like is the first thing that comes to mind, that's probably the word that it needs to be. So I'll share mine first.
Okay.
My word,
I'm already seeing a bunch of people have I love all of your comments. I'm like laughing and giggling and like pointing to the screen because I see you. If I don't read your comment out loud, I read it on the screen and I'm loving it. So keep it up. Sorry. Go ahead, Bethany.
Yeah. So my word of the year is determination.
Oh, I like that.
And that's because I'm determined to do some really big things this year. Some big, scary things that I'm determined to get out of my way so that I just do the things I really want to do. No holding myself back anymore with those negative thoughts. I'm determined to reach my goals. I'm determined to finish this quilt. I'm determined to do a lot of things. And under determined, I kind of think of smaller words like focus and time management and inspiration and trusting myself to be able to do these things, giving myself grace for when I do need to rest. But for me, I really am determined to hit some big goals this year. So that's my main word for the year. Sometimes I'll write some little subwords around it and fill it in, and it's all on my whiteboard in my other room. But that's my word of the year. I would love for you to write down what your word of the year is. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be goal related.
Look at all these. Declutter. That's awesome. Let's read some of these.
Challenge. Learn.
Awesome. Love. I love that. Joy.
Yes. Right. Did you come up with a word of the year, Lindsay?
I came up with 2.
Okay.
I couldn't. I think I thought about it too hard. And then I did hear you say the other day, like, don't think about it too hard. Like, what are those first, words that come to mind? But I think persistence, I want to say, and also grace. And they might be like a little counteracting, but
they go hand in hand.
I think so. That's the thing, is like
balance of the two. And they go hand in hand.
That's what I thought. I was like, I want to be persistent and not give up. But I also am like, hey, if I don't finish something, I don't want to beat myself up because I'm
not
really
perfect.
Yes. Or it's not perfect. Exactly. Yes. I'm really good at beating myself up and feeling really like, I'm going to let everyone down. I feel like I'm always letting people down or whatever. So I'm going to try to give myself some grace and do what I can but be persistent in it. So those are my two words. So
learn
peace. Oh my gosh. Enjoy the now. I love that. Being in the now, being present.
Debbie said so. I mean, what better word than so? I love it.
I know. That's a great one. Oh my gosh. There's so many. Learn. Okay. So grace. I know. I don't know. I thought that was keep on track. Yes.
I can do it.
I know. Persistence. Yep. I can do it. These are so great. Challenge again.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Learn. Let's see. We said peace. What else did we say? Oh, these are great.
These are awesome.
You can have lots of different words.
Focus.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to have more grace. We all need some more grace, don't we?
Yes. Give yourself grace. Seriously.
We put
I
too
think
much pressure on ourselves.
Yes, we do put too much pressure on ourselves, and we're hard on ourselves, and
we're our biggest critics. That's for sure.
We're all amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are, and you guys are, and you're inspiring. You're inspiring all of us. We want to inspire you. So you just have to do your best. A little every day, 1% every day. Have you heard that? I love that.
Yeah.
So what is that?
Goals down. Write your goals down, and either somewhere on the same page or on the back of the page, write your word of the year. Now, here's the thing. We can talk about this all day today, and then none of us do anything with it tomorrow.
That's right.
The thing is, you need to put this and your goals somewhere visible that you're going to look at it every single day. So if it's stuck to the mirror in your bathroom, so when you're getting ready every morning, you see it. Yes. If it's, on the fridge, fine. Put it. If it's post it in your car, so you see it on your drive to work. Wherever you need.
An alarm, a daily alarm or something, or a weekly alarm set on your phone. A lot of you like to be.
Yeah. Or, you can set your phone to send you text messages.
Yes.
As reminders. I do that all the time. And it sends it to me every day. I'm like, oh, there's a notification. I'm going to look at my phone. Who's this text from? Oh, it's from me, reminding me to stay determined,
Stay determined. I know. That's great. That's great.
Yes. So look at it every time. Some of these other words, we've got self-love, health.
I love that.
Someone said, I have too many notebooks. I do too.
It's fun though, to have a fresh new notebook.
I bought one just for this year. And I bought I have a digital planner that I use a lot of, but I did buy a physical planner for writing out some specific things I'm working on.
I love to handwrite things. I love to read a physical book. I don't know. I'm old school.
I love some of these words you're sharing. Okay. So
relax.
A lot. Thank you for helping me to set up my goals. I am so happy you're enjoying this. I am, as you can tell, very passionate about this because truly, I'm telling you, a year from now, even if you only finish one of these goals, you're going to be like, look what I did. We're going to celebrate that. We give ourselves grace if we don't finish them all. There were some last year that I had set out for, and I'll share. This time last year, I was going through a digital pattern drafting course, or no, it was 2 years ago. Going through a digital drafting course, and one of my goals for last year was to release some of my own garment patterns. I did some the previous year, but I really wanted to start doing more of my own. Well, life happened, and my son graduated high school, and then we had all this college stuff going on, and then I switched jobs, and it's just, and I went from working from home to working out of the home, and it just like my whole world turned upside down. You know how many patterns I released last year, garment patterns? Zero.
Yeah.
Not a single one. And I at the end of the year, I was like, you know what? Well, look at all the other things I did.
Good for you.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
Do I want to pursue that? Yes. But is it my goals this year?
Yeah.
No, because I'm not set up in a place where that can be realistic right now. So maybe that'll happen later this year. It's still something on the back burner. It's not like I'm ignoring it, but it's not a priority. And I've accepted that. And the last year told me that. So we're going to shift gears. And that's okay. Because at the end of the day, these are not written in stone. They're for you to just remind yourself of what you really want to do and what you want to work on.
Yeah.
Life is too crazy. So I love it. I love it. All right. I think we said we were going to do a giveaway.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So this is what we're giving away today.
You guys.
It's the Flip and Fold 48. It's the OG Flip and Fold. It's the big one. We're setting someone up for some great success with cutting out all these projects you want to tackle this year with our Flip and Fold. So we're going to give one of these away today. And the giveaway, got stuck on me.
Two there.
Do you have one too, Lindsay?
Yes. Did you guys? You probably couldn't see. It was just so nicely tucked away on my shelf. You guys, this is such a slim little profile. You can slide it in your drawer, in your totes. Oh, can't get enough of this thing. It's five cutting mats in one.
It is. It's amazing. Self-healing. It won't warp. You can fold it up and take it with you. You can set it to different sizes to be able to use it in different places, wherever you're going. I like to
open it while you talk.
I know. It's wonderful. So part of the giveaway, you had to register for the giveaway. If you were in our newsletter or following us on social media, you would have seen the registration to do that. So if you're not following us on Instagram or Facebook, you need to. And if you're not getting our email newsletters, you need to go to our website and sign up right now, because we do a lot of fun giveaways, but we usually ask for like a registration because we'll ask things in exchange. So this time for the registration, we asked people to share one of their goals for this year and to enter the giveaway. So I have a few of those that they shared.
I'm overhead shot, Nathan.
Yeah. I'm going to read some of these.
I just want you guys to see. This is like awesome and massive. If you're not familiar with it, you're going to be insanely happy if you're the winner here.
I know.
There's these awesome little tabs. You just snap together and it's seamless. Like nothing is going to be catching on here.
Yeah,
you travel with this thing.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go real quick and read some of the goals that were shared in the giveaway registration.
Awesome.
So someone shared that they want to learn to quilt. Someone shared that they want to learn to make a sewing doll.
Oh, cute.
Someone wants to make a collage of their dogs. Someone wants to make making quilts for my 2 granddaughters. To complete 3 years worth of scrapbooks, which is awesome.
I love that.
Finish is my word for 2025. Finish what I love.
That's awesome. That's so great.
Someone said organizing my craft room. So maybe it's organizing your notions, organizing your thread, organizing your fabrics, maybe purging some stuff you're not using and don't need it. My 2025 goals is to finish a quilt I started in 2020 and learn how to embroider. I love that.
Oh, I love that too.
My goal is to finish at least 2 quilt tops per month and to have all my current quilt tops quilted. That's an awesome goal. I have quite a few
awesome
that are just folded and sitting in the corner that are
me too
be quilted. So yeah, we've got quite a few on this list. I'm going to stop there, but we had quite a few people submit goals, and so I'm going to pick one of these people who win. Look and fold 48. This beautiful cutting mat. So let me scroll through here. I'm just going to scroll, and let's see here. Connie from Orlando, Florida. You have won yourself a flip and fold 48.
Yay!
Congratulations, Connie.
I'm excited for you, Connie.
We'll send you an email and get your shipping information so we can send one of these off to you next week so you can start the new year cutting. So happy for you, Connie from Orlando, Florida. Now, I know that Nathan, our lovely, wonderful CEO, is in the background in the studio with you, Lindsay.
Yes, he is.
Can he hear me?
I think so. Yes, he can hear you. He can hear you.
Nathan,
for him.
Nathan, I'm going to ask a favor and put you on the spot.
She's going to put you on the spot.
Yes, he likes to put me on the spot sometimes, so I'm going to return the favor.
Oh, he likes to, yeah.
I'm going to ask him if I have permission to give away a flip and fold 36 to somebody watching us live.
Ooh, I was going to say, do people, where are they?
I have one.
Nathan, you guys can't really see him. Oh yeah, get on here, Nathan.
It might be some noise or it might not be some noise.
Can I give one of these away?
So I'm going to say absolutely, because guess what I was looking at, by the way, when I was standing here? I was like, you know what? We should do this for the live.
I know.
What I was thinking of was, boom! Exactly. I was like, we ought to do that. So
this is the first time.
I'm going to step back behind the camera.
Okay, you're back there for a minute.
Way to ask. Woo!
Way to ask.
All those that are with us live, we love you joining us live.
Yes, we do. Nathan's the funnest CEO in all the land.
Hey, really?
Guess what? This is the first time I've gotten my hands on one of these. I don't have one. Yes, no. So I'm like, this is a box opening basically, or whatever. What is it called?
I'll give
unboxing.
Yes. I'm going to give the rundown on it real quick. So here is the 48 that we just gave away. And here is the new 36. Okay, so this is what we're calling the Flip and Fold Mini. So this is the OG. We call this the 48 because it goes up to 36 by 48. That's its biggest size. This one right here, this little mini guy, it's just a baby.
Perfect.
It's the Flip and Fold 36 because its biggest size is 24 by 36. So it's a little more portable and easy to take with you. If you have a smaller space or just need a smaller mat than this one can get to, then you have options. Okay, so we have this new one. It just came out last month. It wasn't supposed to be here that early, and it came early. And so we started selling it the end of last month. And now first time giving one away, I believe.
Oh my goodness.
So, Flip and Fold.
This is too cool. I am obsessed.
Yes.
I've been wondering, like, when can I get myself one of these? I might just steal this. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I was about to say, if that one disappears, we know who took it from the office.
Come on. Perk, really? No, I'm just kidding. But it opens and folds the same way as the large one.
It does.
And it has the same little tabs and all the, oh my gosh. Can you guys,
it's not heavy.
Oh, well, you can see. No.
It's
the best travel mat. Oh
it's
my
not
gosh.
Warp. If you accidentally leave it in a hot car, it won't warp.
That's true.
I mean,
we've actually done testing on these mats in like 120 plus degree cars, and they don't warp.
But the other mats did, but these don't.
Yes, and all the other competitor ones did. Let me just show you. Yeah.
I'm going to share something real quick while Lindsay's grabbing something. So if you haven't noticed,
these are the ones we put in the hot car. I just have to show really quick. And this is the Flip and Fold. We cut it up, put all these in the car together, and for hours and hours. And this one stayed nice and anti-warp. Don't look at my nails. I need to get my nails done. Anyway, so I have to show those off because it's just awesome. Eco-friendly material, great for the environment.
Before we give this one away, I want to show one of my favorite things about this mini Flip and Fold is it fits in our new mini tote.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I'm going to show you, like, it fits right into this side pocket right here. Okay, and then my mini glove board fits in here. Oh, there was some kickback in the microphone there.
Oh, from me?
I don't know if it's from you or from the mic Nathan was using.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so I've got my Flip and Fold mini in here. I've got my Glow mini light in here. I've got pockets for, I don't know, my magnets to go in here and my tools. And it all folds up. Just like
that is too cute. I don't have one of those either. I'm living in the dark ages. I got to get one of those, and I got to get the mini, the mini Flip and Folds. This is so slick. They both weigh like nothing. They're the best little travel companions when you go to all your retreats and all.
Yeah.
All your things.
One of these, and I'm going to ask you.
Who's going to get it?
Question. You're going to put your answer in the chat, and then we'll pick a winner from there. Okay. So the question is, everybody listening? Here's your question. Now's the time to get your fingers ready to put something in the chat. Okay. This is what you will win, the Flip and Fold 36. The question is, how many sewing, quilting, or crafting goals have you written down today you're going to work on this year? So if it's a 1, 2, 5, 4, I don't care, whatever, how many goals you wrote down today during our live, put it in the chat, the number of goals that you're setting for yourself this year, whatever number it is, and then we will pick a winner from that. So Joyce said she's written down 3 goals. Karen's written down 6 goals. I love it, Karen. Someone said 10 goals. 25. Teresa, girl, slow down. I love it.
Oh, I love this. 0. I love 0 too. That's okay.
I love the honesty. Great. We'll take it.
You're on my same.
3 goals, 5 goals, 12 goals.
25. I didn't see that one. Holy cow.
8. I love it. Remember, start small and break yourself down. So I'm hoping that 25 goals is like maybe 2 big goals broken down to like smaller tasks each month as mini goals. Okay.
Maybe, whatever. Hey,
you do you.
Go big or go home. Go big or go home. I love that. You know what?
I have a total of 10 for the year. I love it. Every project could be a goal. So if you want to do 10 goals, 10 projects, you've got 12 months to do that. That's totally doable. 5 goals. We've got a lot of goals. So I'm going to let Nathan go through and pick one of them. So here's your last minute to get your goals.
He's going to do a quick little.
And then and he's going to scroll through, pick one, and put the winner up on the screen.
And this is this cute.
And you're going to win this right here. And when you do win, whoever wins, they're going to have to email Melody at CutterPillar.
Melody, yep. MELODEE at CutterPillar.com.
Yes.
Use TTERPILLAR.com.
She's not on our live today, but she's the one that handles shipping out all of our fun giveaways.
She's awesome.
All the time. And she's actually in Hawaii right now on her anniversary. So lucky her.
Yeah.
So she's going to come back on Monday and be like, wait, we gave an extra flip and fold away. And we're going to be like, yeah, and you have to send it to this winner.
Yes, send it to this winner.
But we
lucky winner.
So you're going to send an email to Melody with 2 E's at CutterPillar.com and let her know I won a mini flip and fold 36 giveaway on Friday.
Name, address.
And you're going to send her your address and say, Bethany said to email you.
That's right. Bethany and Lindsay. Hold us accountable.
All right. So let's pick a winner. Nathan, you're going to scroll through and pick a winner.
Yes. I'm going to tell him when to stop. Woo! He's just going to be scrolling around and I'm going to tell him when to stop. I can't see.
Drum roll.
Right now. Stop. Yay!
Okay. I love it.
That is awesome.
Liza W.
Liza.
Goals. Liza, if you could send an email to Melody at CutterPillar.com and let her know your shipping information that you won the mini flip and fold on today's live. We'll get it sent out to you next week. Congratulations. We just put that email address back up on the screen so you can write it down and send us an email and get it sent out to you. But congratulations.
Sorry. Yes, congratulations. I just wanted to, someone said that they had an order pending. If you are having anything like that,
support
email Melody at CutterPillar.com and she will get to the bottom.
Send it to support.
Oh, Melody at support?
No, support at CutterPillar.com.
Oh, sorry. Support at CutterPillar.com. Sorry. I've got the other one I'm looking at and you have amazing customer service.
Yes, our customer service goes to the support at CutterPillar.com. So send that there. Melody is who handles shipping out these one-off orders, which are our giveaways. So I don't want to bombard her with a bunch of stuff in her other inbox, but she checks the support inbox as well.
Yes,
so
she does.
I was there, so it's in the right place, so it gets the attention it needs. But congratulations on winning your mini flip and fold, and congratulations to who was it? Connie in Orlando.
Yes,
Florida.
Connie in Florida is going to get the big one.
Yes. Now remember, guys, we do these registrations for our giveaways pretty often, and to know about those, you need to be signed up for an email newsletter. That's the best way to know about them. And then also our social media, Instagram and Facebook. You'll see them posted over there with links to register. And literally just put in your name and whatever question we ask you. Like today it was, what's your goal for this year? And then Connie won because she put in a goal. So it's pretty painless, but it's just a fun way for us to engage with you. And so make sure you're signed up for those and you'll be able to register for that one. But we don't always spring in another giveaway, but it's the new year and I felt like giving. So thank you, Nathan, for letting us
both. Gary has both mats, the mini and the large. Awesome.
I love it.
Did you get it before me? I don't know.
I have both and I love them. I take them with me to my sewing club that meets every month to do my foundation paper piecing so I can finish my big old quilt this year.
This has been so fun. I feel like we kind of like, we're like, let's get on there for 30 minutes. And now we're like an hour and 10 past.
You guys
this has been so fun.
Wonderful goals and inspired each other and challenging each other. And we're going to hold each other accountable. I love Lindsay's idea of coming back and checking in on each other later this year and see where we're at. we're going to be honest, even if we're not doing great on some of our goals, we're going to be honest and talk about the wins too. And so we're going to do that later, but we appreciate you hanging out with us and spending some time with us. And it's absolutely a snowstorm outside. So I think I may go see what's going on out there.
Work on one of your goals. Go work on one of your goals.
Well, I will.
I'm just kidding. Thank you for engaging. Thanks for being with us today. We love all of you. We love your input and your inspiration. You guys inspire us. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you soon and happy New Year.
Yes. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.